Tonight, from Buffalo Bills Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. As we'll see Mitchell Trubisky and the Buffalo Bills versus Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
Winter is just around the corner as you get a look at Bills Stadium just south of Buffalo, New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Here we go with the Packer offense guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
But when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
He got touchdowns. I got picks. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought it was a good performance in person. Obviously was, but you thought even better on tape. It was really something to watch.
Yeah, what I love was how he spread it around. A lot of people involved in the passing offense. 4 touchdown passes culminated it.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Rodgers. Got his man. It's Eifert. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The numbers for Eifert in that game last week: 7 catches, 67 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to pull that last pass in, but he's going to face a tall order here because he's going up against the number 2 unit in the NFL against the pass.
From the 29, Rodgers under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Javon Hargrave in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. To throw, it's Rodgers. And the catch good, it's Eifert. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. So first possession, 4th and short. Field goal's no gimme from here. What do you think about going for it?
I'm not just thinking about it. I'm signaling go for it. Let's get this, all right? Yeah, look, you're right. You know, the field goal is there, but it's not a chip shot. My big thing is opening drive. You're trying to establish momentum. Let's not stall it ourselves. Let's go get this 1st down and then continue on downfield and try and get a touchdown.
I like your confidence.
Yeah, why not? Let's go.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Taken from about the 12. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And we get a peek at the former #2 overall pick, Mitchell Trubisky.
Well, he certainly had his ups and downs since being the second overall selection back in 2017. But when he's on, Mitchell Trubisky shows all the attributes you're looking for in a quarterback. Big arm, excellent legs for mobility. His key, being consistent.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully, that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Play action. It's Trubisky. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
Now Trubisky on first down. Buying time to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Mitchell Trubisky taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Bills have taken the lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was all capped off by Mitchell Trubisky's touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position #1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers, short pass, Eifert on the receiving end. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A.J. Epinesa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. On the return, it's White. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They go play action with Trubisky. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Rashawn Gary. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Now back to throw. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt.
Back deep, Antonio Brown. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taking it about the 16. 43 yards on the punt. 7-yard return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On 2nd down, it's Green. And he powers his way up past the 30. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. And to give this time to the tailback.
And this will be a Packers 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. It takes 2 to tango. Watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
2nd and 8 coming up. Now Trubisky to throw. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he's got his man here, Beasley. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it? Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's Trubisky to throw. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Bills. Jacob Hollister with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Davante Adams and the Packer offense heading back out. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts, one of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him.
Of course, we think of Aaron Rodgers as a pocket passer. But you and I both know this guy's a pure athlete. He can get outside and make plays with his legs as well.
I showed it right there, outside of the pocket and on the money. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time. And I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Gets it off to Freeman. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Rodgers now to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
The football back to the Bills and Stephon Diggs.
You look at the numbers for him, and 1,000 yards obviously well within his sights, barring injury. He will get there. The question, will he get there in this game?
Well, he would love to. Duh, right? Of course he would. But, you know, watching him play this year, we often talk about defenses, you know, allocating extra resources to try and stop a guy of his ilk, right? But you know what else kicks in? His pride to say, okay, I don't care how many you throw in my direction, I'm still going to find a way to get open. I will use different moves. I will move against formation. I will come underneath routes and try and run through some people and kind of get natural picks in order to work his way open. He wants to get that 1,000, and he doesn't want any less passes to come to his direction.
So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park, where the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where you see the final score there. Terry McLaurin, a touchdown catch in the victory. We'll stay in the NFC South as we head to Carolina to check on the Panthers. And they were losers in that one to the visiting New York Giants. Colin Kaepernick, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. And then one more to highlight, Monday Night Football. That'll be a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
Pulls it in at the 13, and he won't quite make it to the 25.
Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at half.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, 76 yards. And the Bills come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. 62 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Flushed out right. He hits Adams complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll keep it on the ground. Green. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Packers get a score closer. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bills offense back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Here's Trubisky. And caught by Thomas. Touchdown, Buffalo. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got him in position.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the one touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
2nd and 10.
Now Rodgers. To the left side here for Eifert. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much, unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Eluding the pressure right. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
It reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to go for it all. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Well, they tried the field goal from just inside of 70 yards. It missed, and now this offense set up nicely at midfield. They'll run on 1st down. Grant, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers, and they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, it's Grant. Charvarius Ward there to make the stop.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. On play action, it's Rodgers. He'll buy some time right, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They'll run on first down. Grant, and a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They go back to Grant, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown.
His 4th rushing touchdown on the year, his 5th overall. And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken from about the 12. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs.
But I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Looking at it from the defense's perspective, they could have really used the football to try to start eating into this deficit.
Yeah, because now possession's so crucial at this stage of the game. And when you've got an opportunity to hop on a turnover and you don't get it, you can feel the frustration all the way up here.
And the offense, they're living right now. Another bounce and break that goes their way. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
On first down, Trubisky going deep for Diggs. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are right back in this football game. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Rodgers going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And it's a Packers touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Packers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now. They're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Pulls it in at the 13.
Out come the Bills as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
And they will be in the playoffs as champs of the AFC East. But as it stands right now, Charles, they still would have to host a game on Wild Card Weekend because they're still looking up at that #1 seed.
And that's when you tell your team, remember, guys, at the beginning of the season, what was our deal? Let's win our division and get to the playoffs. That was job one. Let's not get greedy about the whole thing, because whether or not they end up with a first-round bye or not, you and I both know this team's going to be a tough out in the playoffs.
How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the third time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
The Bills on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Thomas. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the second time. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field.
And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late.
On first down, it's Grant, and he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Now it's Rodgers. Flushed out right, and he'll just get rid of it. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Rodgers eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know, in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And hauling it in, Nelson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
7 yards, the pickup there.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. First down, Rodgers. Flush to his right. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Freeman. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the back. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. It's the fullback hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken from about the 12. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Trubisky readies the offense. Down by 4. A minute 56 to go. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. Trubisky to throw.
Into the hands of Sanders.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing now is Trubisky.
He gets this complete to Diggs.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Pass complete, Thomas.
Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
2nd and 8.
Now Thomas. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Here's Trubisky. Drops it underneath to Thomas. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Bills will hustle to the line. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now it's Trubisky. That's caught by Hollister. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Left side caught by Diggs. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for Green Bay, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Bills, it's a late season stumble as they're going to fall to 12-2 on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Today, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's a special Christmas Day edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Andy Dalton and the Chicago Bears taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Time to see the offense for Green Bay go to work. Aaron Rodgers leading them. What a career it's been. Came into the league back in 2005 as the number 24 pick out of Cal.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
And some room to work. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they got both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds. So here now the Bears offense for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by the former Texas Christian University Horned Frog, Andy Dalton.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. The numbers for Williams a week ago, 14 carries, 88 yards.
And their success running the ball in the previous game has to give them a lot of confidence, but they also understand going against a top-5 rush defense means you have to have a lot of offense in your game plan. Misdirection, counters, power game, maybe even some quarterback run to take the heat off of the running back. When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Dalton's throw taken in by Miller. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Passing, it's Dalton. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the touchdown.
That's caught at the 2. Jake Butt, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. They'll run on first down. Green. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. And Antonio Brown yet to get back on his feet. Apparently shaking up that last play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. On second down now. It's Green. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays. But I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Rodgers now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. On second down. It's Green. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 95 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. This defense for the Bears, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Rodgers. Finding room to the 20. Rodgers sliding to a stop with a first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit. That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Packers have taken the lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody coming. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second and 15. Dalton. He's got the hook up to Miller. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Returnable now for Woodson. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
On first down, it's Green. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 118 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays, your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
Rodgers now on first down. Slant to Adams. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Now a give right side. Green. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Takes it at the 7. And he returns this to the 22.
The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC.
And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wildcard spots with 2 weeks to go, but there are others, Charles, kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And, Brandon, it's always worth keeping in mind, and I have to keep writing it down for myself. Remember, it's 7 teams in each conference now making the playoffs. So that brings more important games to the end of the season. So, in theory, more teams alive for a postseason berth later in the year.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now, the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down.
These 2 teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other till late in the year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 13. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Play action now, Dalton. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Here's Dalton. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, he gets everything he could into this one. The trajectory's good. It's definitely on line. It just need a little more oomph behind it, and it'll wind up falling just shy of the crossbar.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10.
That's complete to Mooney.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Dalton. It's Williams on the catch. Touchdown Bears. Damian Williams. Touchdown number 15 of the year.
And the Bears get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
This taken in at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll take over with just 18 ticks remaining.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
Looking deep for Adams. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. He hits Adams complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you at home as we take you around the NFL on this 25th day of December. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital. And in the late stages of the first half, it's the Lions who are out in front. The Lions still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people would think losing equals passing the ball more, but I've established a running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
On the ground, this is Williams. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. Second down coming up.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
On second down, Williams fights off the defender. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And now to the air, Dalton. And he checks this one down to Williams. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. To throw here, Dalton. He's got Jake Butt, his tight end, and able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Head coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
On second down now. It's Williams, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. And now White. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. For him, what an accomplishment in this game, surpassing the 2,000-yard mark. And all the time we talk about these guys out wide like him that are so athletic and can do so many things. But take us a little deeper. How has he done it this year?
Well, you helped with this because when we sat down with him before the game and discussed his season, and you said to him, okay, I have a vision that you, similar to a pitcher, change up a lot of things, right? Different arm angles, different slots that a pitcher would do. You do that with your route running and all that. And I loved his response. He said, yeah, I do that. but one of his best friends is a world-ranked tennis player, and he talked about serves and how you change up, take pace off, do different things, and he incorporated that into his route running.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage, and when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
138 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
Now Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And it's complete to Adams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So that one will be accepted. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a solid run down inside the 30. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
On 2nd down, it's Green. Space to run past the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. On 3rd down, Green. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On 2nd down now, it's Grant. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Caught on a slant. And it's a Packers touchdown. A great play there. His 1st touchdown on the year.
And the Packers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. We are off to the fourth quarter here on this special Christmas Day broadcast. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From the 10. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Andy Dalton. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Dean Lowry, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there and take the hit and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
That's complete right side to Kmet.
Fighting through it. He's got space. Touchdown.
Cole Kmet
with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
Now the point after try for Santos. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. The return man is Grant.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammate.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. They're going to hurry back to the line now. From the 25 on second down, Rodgers. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
On first down, Rodgers eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
They'll keep it on the ground. Green, room to run inside the 40. And some room to roam now. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season.
And the Packers extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Big fourth down here. It's Dalton. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
They'll run on first down. It's Green, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 226 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Packers, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Chicago, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.